What is going on, everybody?
Yeah.
For those who don't know, by
Yeah.
now, I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. We got something a little bit different. We're going to try to do this at least once or twice a month. This is the second time we did it. Last time we had about 6 or 7 people on there. The people that were on last time can't make it, and there's some new Philly Talk Nation members who cannot make it as well. Let me shout them out. We got the Lawrence James, Stephen Joyce, Vic 3, Gene Pio, Alex Ghost, Zach, Sham. If I made a mistake, like I said, these names are new to me and I'm not good with names, but there's definitely a couple more Philly Talk Nation members who are not here at this time. And Stephen Joyce included, he was trying to get on, having a little bit trouble, but we're going to rock out with this. So I'm going to start with my guy to my left. I'm pointing to the left, so he's probably to your right. Go ahead and introduce
It is my right. What's going on? Murph DeKenzo on YouTube. Murph, Sixers, Eagles, Philly 4 for 4. Baltimore sucks.
Go ahead.
You got Be More Philly here, and I'm the best not reporting on the Philadelphia Eagles. You all know me as Charles Smith.
There you go. There we go. And last but not least,
my name is Hannibal the G. I usually do super chat saying this is Hannibal, so this is me. I've been an Eagles fan for like 16 years. A lot of them diehard Eagles fans, and I'm excited to be a part of the podcast. Oh yeah,
Definitely.
So let's start by saying what's going on to everybody in the chat. Stephen B's in here saying he's a little bit tipsy. It's all good. It's all good. We closed up Friday. We got Rock.
You speak a Murph language.
Brokey 711, Philly, the podcast, another upcoming Eagles YouTuber, Philly 599, the one and only, GOAT when it comes to jumping through Eagles live streams, Carpool, Eagles season. What's going on to everybody that's in the chat? Monica Lane, how you guys doing? Let's talk some Eagles. My first question is gonna go to the whole chat, you guys and the guests I got on here. So Murph, with the position the Eagles are in, do you see the Eagles adding another piece to this team, or do you think we're pretty much the roster is going to stay how it is?
I think we're definitely adding. I think we got to add a veteran running back. It doesn't have to be this huge name. I think we need a linebacker again. I mean, people are still talking Yannick. I think those big names were kind of past, but we definitely got to pick up. We got to pick up a few players at least, just for depth.
Charles, or should I say Be More Philly?
Is he gonna talk?
Sure.
Be More Philly, you good?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm good. It's a little choppy on my end.
Yeah. So, what? Who do you think the Eagles are going to add? Anybody else on this roster? Or you think we're going to stay with the roster we kind of got?
Well, you know my take. I think we're going to stay with what we got, see how it works out. If something happened, they want to save some money so they can go get somebody if they need to replace them. But as far as the big name people, I think they're pretty much done with what they got. They're going to go in the camp, see what these guys are going to do, and then take it play it by ear.
I mean, I don't know. Part of me says yes, but at the same time, we don't have the money to add someone like a veteran that's really good, because our cap is like $50 million next year, and it's like we can't like hire someone. I'm surprised we even hired Jason Peters for $6 million. I think it's the cheapest option, but at the same time, we don't have the money. That's what I feel like. We don't have the money.
Yeah. when I look at this roster, if you want to nitpick, you can really look at certain things and say, yes, we can upgrade here. Raytwan Walker, what's going on, my guy? He says we need to sign Everson Griffin, a premier pass rusher to add to the older Brandon Graham and the unknown Derek Barnett could benefit this team, especially if you're talking about a fresh rotation. I wouldn't be opposed to that, especially if you can get him a little bit under that Clowney price of $9 million. But I do believe rolling in some money into 2020. One is going to be important for the simple fact that where we stand right now as we speak, with the cap being how high it is, and the fact that, again, the door is still open for fans to be allowed into the link. Even if we do get fans in there, it's probably going to be at a small capacity. But the revenue that is lost, it could just be a all-around league cap drop. And so with already being 50, you're talking another 30 million, then it makes Howie's job a lot harder. But shout out to my guy, Gene Pio. He says, sup, y'all. He was one of the guys who were on here last time we did it. He says, sup. Sorry I couldn't make it. The wife ain't feeling good today. Hope she gets better. Take care. You know what I'm saying?
Happy wife, happy life.
You're a good husband for taking care of your wife. That's the first thing.
That is true. Monica Lane said CJ Anderson. So she's on the fence of, we got the running backs that can do the shiftiness thing, the shifty backs, the guys who can get outside of the tackles. But we're looking for a north and south guy. CJ Anderson is a big body running back. I'm not really sure where he stands on the open market and what he'd be looking at. Do you guys? So Charles, you don't even see us trying to get one more, bruising back, or you're confident? I know your guy is Holyfield, so.
No, it's not even a thing of Holyfield. Like I said, me being an Eagles fan and been watching them for the years that I've been watching them, they haven't always been a three-back team. I think they more so went with it since Doug's been here, because we've never had a dominant running back. We've always had a running back that was good at this, then we have another one that was good at this. I think with Miles Sanders, we get all in one. So we'll have another complimentary back to give him a blow every now and again with Boston Scott and possibly Corey Clement or Elijah Holyfield. But like I said, I don't see them going to get another running back like that, because we don't need it. Like I said, I understand that we see these names pop up, so we want them to play for the team, but you have to look at it outside of a fan perspective and look at it business-wise. Like, it really doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Real quick before I hit to Murph DeKenzo, and I'm a firm believer that Miles Sanders can follow into LaShawn McCoy's footsteps when it comes to being that guy who can handle 25-plus carries. I'm not saying every game 30 carries a game, because that's just not the Eagles style. But when in doubt, Miles Sanders needs to get that upper teens, middle 20s per game, and that's going to get him in the groove. Again, LaShawn McCoy took a huge jump from rookie season to sophomore season, and we already saw Miles Sanders outperform him in the rookie season. So I'm curious to see what Miles Sanders can do. Again, the biggest thing that the Eagles got to overcome is just injuries. But Murph, let me ask you a question. When it comes down to the rookies that we got, what pick stands out to you and why?
I was just thinking, it's funny too, because on Gate City, he was saying about, someone asked about the rookies, and I was saying I don't think on defense any rookies really do anything this year. So I mean, can you repeat your question just so I can answer it correctly, Mike?
Say the last thing again.
I said, could you repeat your question so I could answer it correctly?
Oh, when it comes to the rookies that were drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles this year, which one stands out to you and why?
Okay, so as I was saying, the defense, I don't see anybody on defense really doing much. I mean, maybe we'll get a Wallace and a Prevent. So I think Jalen Reagor is kind of that guy that can make an immediate impact. I've been excited to see him since the pick was made. So I guess that's kind of who I'd ride with.
That's good. Yeah. What about you, Hannibal?
Oh man. So you know who I like on defense? I like Kayvon. I've been liking him ever since I heard about him. But at the same time, I like Hurts. I'm still liking him. Like I liked him in college because I'm an SEC fan, you know. And I feel like even like you're talking about running backs, I feel like even we could use him as a running back for like a few plays because we have Andre Dillard on our left guard, uh, Jason Peters on our right guard, and our center. I feel like with our center, no matter who's running, can break out. If he's fast enough, he can break out and just do amazing, you know?
I
But I
hear you.
mean, but yeah, so that's my pick, you know. Rager, Kayvon Austin on defense. Offense would be Jalen Hurts.
Charles, who's the guy when it comes to the rookies that were drafted?
Well, I like all the guys, but I guess because of me and Gate City's conversation the other day, I'm leaning towards Bradley now. So Bradley, the guy that I'm focusing on, because I just see it. Like I said, I see the talent, and I know everybody. Like, what was the guy's name?
Davion
Davion.
Taylor.
I can see how fast he is, but like I said, that's raw talent, and he's not ready yet. So
Speed doesn't always translate.
yeah, and I see him more so fitting on special teams. But Bradley, like I said, he knows the link because he played there every Saturday at home games, and like I said, he's a starting linebacker in college, but he'll be good. So I'm looking forward to him being real good and breaking out.
Definitely. Yeah, and as
Uh,
much as I'm a Kevon Wallace guy, I don't believe he's going to start right away. I do think that's where me and Gay City differ a little bit. I do believe Gay City said it today as well that he will play some big nickel for the simple fact we play a lot of big nickel, but that's going to be mix and matches with Will Parks, Kevon Wallace. I do think he'll see him early in the season, maybe week 3-ish, and he'll come in spurts, but he's going to bring that high energy. But I'm a Jalen Rager guy. We all know how bad the wide receiver core
oh
was
yeah.
for Carson Wentz last year, and so I think just getting a stable guy in Jalen Rager who can do a multitude of things, go across the field, catch a short pass, take it to the house, very good after the catch. And even though he's a little guy, can get up and get the ball, physical. I think he's going to grow well with the Philadelphia Eagles, even if D-Jax can play double-digit games. I wanted to get to a comment I saw in here. Nah, I lost it.
This is what the
And who
brilliance
better to
of
learn from?
Say it again.
I was just saying, this is the brilliance of Carson Wentz. We made it to the playoffs with shit receivers, like bottom of the barrel, like basically, what's it called? I can't think of it. Practice squad members. Yet we still made it to the playoffs. I think the reason why we went for speed was because we like I think the main reason why Howie was focused on speed was for Carson Wentz because we had shit so ass receivers, and I feel like this is gonna be a good year for us. Sorry. Oh,
No,
yeah.
you're good. What were you saying, Murph?
Oh, I was saying with Rhaegar on the team, who better to learn from as being a small guy than Deshaun Jackson?
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree.
I know people that are still hating on Deshaun from his rookie year when he first came here. I was a Deshaun fan from Cal, #1. You know what I mean? He came here. That was like that first pick where I was like, that's the guy I want. And we got him. So when he left, that was kind of heartbreaking.
Oh, I was so upset when he left.
Yeah. And again, Deshaun Jackson is not going to go up and get the ball like Jalen Rager can. But when you're talking about a guy who can track the ball in the middle of the field on a deep ball, there's not too many people better than D-Jax. That's why he's in the top 5 NFL for most 60-yard touchdowns or something along the line. But because we got some new people on here, let me guys ask you, when you guys look at the season, if you just want to give a ballpark, where do you see the Eagles finishing the season when it comes to record-wise?
I think we'll make it to wild card at least because of Buccaneers. What happened?
And we lost Murph.
Nah, we lost me. I'm here.
We lost Beamer there.
We lost, B-More. I'm like, damn, I'm right here, Mike.
You okay?
Real quick. Shout out to my guy, Michael Bernardo. Haven't seen you in a minute. He said, watch out. Here we go. What's going on, my guy? Same with Mir Slat. What is going on? He said, what's up to Carapool? Some old been here in a minute. So go ahead, Murph. Let me know what you think about when it comes to the Eagles record and where we could finish in 2020.
I'm kind of torn. I feel 12-4, but I just feel like there's going to be one of them games where we always do. We lose that game that just makes you like want to punch yourself in the face. You know, the Dolphins last year. So I feel like 11-5 is kind of what I feel is like. But I mean, I feel like once we get in the playoffs, depending on
he could be loud because he's muting me, so something is loud.
What happened? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. But yeah, like I'm saying, I think in the playoffs, if we're healthy, we're a scary team. People know that. I mean, I have Super Bowl aspirations every year, so.
Hey.
Under Doug, especially.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, B-More, where do you think the Eagles are going to finish up around?
Oh, I say 10 at the low point, 12 at the high point. I think not having fans in the stands can actually be a blessing in disguise because some of these teams that we're going to go play is like a Green Bay type game. Like you figure the fans plays a big part. So if their fans aren't in the stand and it's only minimal, Philadelphia is going to travel. So if we're allowed to get tickets in some of these away games, then that's going to benefit us as well. But I think as far as talent, we have a real good team on defense and offense. So, you know me, I'm ready. Anybody that think different, put your money up.
Hey, I'm excited for this defense. I'll tell you.
Yeah, me too.
All right, now let's get this. Let's get some business going here. So right now, go ahead.
Now, what's going on? Yo, that's going on, man.
What's good?
Let y'all know, like I'm coming, but I'm hard at work. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm hard at work, man. On my way to the crib, get in the studio, and I will be there. And I just had to check in with you guys, man. Let y'all know I'll be there, man. I'll be there.
Sounds good.
You're a real one.
Are y'all good though?
Yeah.
Yeah, we good. Just let us know when you get back to the crib.
All right, man.
See, sorry. Go ahead, Mike. I was just saying what I think like our record's gonna be. I believe we'll be like 9-7, but we will win our division and make it to the playoffs.
My heart. I'm coming, Elizabeth.
9-7.
Oh, my heart.
Yeah,
9-7. That hurts. 9-7 is gonna miss the playoffs in the NFC.
Well, no, we will win our division though. That's what I feel like. I feel like since Dax is like pretty bad,
they got that extra spot.
But I mean, that's what I feel like, But I hope I'm wrong.
Tom Brady's in the NFC now.
I definitely see. Like I said before, even the schedule came out, and we just knew who we were playing, but not exactly where we were playing them, which is important. I felt like we were going to be a double-digit team. There is a real rough spot of the schedule, but I still can see double digits. Listen, as much as I do not like the Cowboys, even when this Dak Prescott thing can make it more interesting, but I do believe if Dak Prescott plays up to par, the team is built a little bit. I mean, they were good on paper last year. They just couldn't finish. Whether that's Jason Garrett's problem or not, but I don't see us. If we're 9-7, we will not win a division. Maybe slip into a wild card, but I think that again, overall, the NFC is a little bit tougher than the AFC. The AFC got some juggernauts up there at the top end when you're talking about Kansas City and Baltimore, but the middle part of the AFC is not as tough as the middle part of the NFC. So 9-7 to me probably won't cut it. Sean Stepp said, "Yo, what's up, bro? It's tough schedule. I'm going 11-5, but we should be more like 12-4. We probably lose to the Cards or the Browns, someone who we should be."
Oh, Browns!
Exactly.
Don't say that.
That's kind of
That's kind of where I'm at. That's kind of where I'm at. I was kind of feeling like that Cards game a little bit because I even underestimate them. And they got a little squad out there. They're kind of like one of those teams that build on a low. You don't know till you're playing them.
Right.
Yeah. Shout out to Michael Bernardo. He said Cowboys are done for with all their BS on their shoulders. Yeah, listen, I mean, that Dak stuff is going to be hard to overcome now with the whole no contract. You know, you saw what his brother
tweeted today, too. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I saw that tweet.
We in probably the most dysfunctional division in the league.
Oh, for sure.
You know, we got the Washington
Giants are the quietest team. Come on now.
We done had some Deshaun issues, now some Snyder issues,
exactly.
some Dak issues.
Oof.
Yeah, you got
the Giants are on the pager right now. Like, do nothing wrong.
Well, remember the Giants players were getting arrested. DeAndre Baker.
You're right. The whole division.
You got changing the name. You got crazy scandals. You got getting knocked out in clubs /
I forgot about that.
Yeah, you're right. It's been an eventful off season for us.
Yes, definitely. It definitely has been for everybody. But I will say that Dak is the kind of that dude that I think could probably try to put it past him. But again, I think it's a 2-team race. It's the Eagles and the Cowboys. I do think the Giants get a little bit better. The Redskins are, going to be in a real problem with all this stuff coming out, the sexual harassment and the Redskins. The Redskins are really deep with dysfunction, trying to figure out what they're going to do. Owner might have to sell. Who knows how deep this goes when they start.
The Redskins have been bad forever. Let's be honest. They drafted a quarterback who needed 3 years. Like Haskins, they knew he needed 3 years, and we're like, we'll take the chance. Meanwhile, Lamar became an MVP last year. It's hit or miss. I mean, even us. That's why I kind of worry with Rhaegar and I worry with Wallace, because the Eagles do not got a great history of drafting receivers or safeties. We get one. We get one here, one there. We got to work. We got to see how they produce, though. I have faith in Howie, though. I always do.
Right.
Well, the Lamar Jackson got the Philadelphia touch. That's why he.
Yeah,
been,
you know.
He's been good enough.
I mean, now we have a Lamar type of quarterback, and
no, we don't.
Jalen Hurts.
I don't think he's that fast.
He also
he can run a little, but he's more like Carson.
Yeah.
No, he's more like Gonson, because he ain't gonna be here that long.
Gonson. Yeah.
He just visited.
He said he just visited. When it comes to Lamar Jackson, like I said, we got to see how he does, how teams adjust to him, making him pass the ball more, but he's still MVP, second year. I mean, he's took a big step each time, so we're going to see.
He definitely took a step, but, I mean, people give that kid way too much credit. They don't give Harbaugh enough because he completely changed his whole – he's always a passing guy. Now they're this crazy running team. They don't give him enough credit. Lamar had a fairly good, last year was good. You got to give me more than one. I can't jump on that bandwagon yet.
Definitely. I'm more on the lines of a quarterback on the show consistently. A lot of people have them one-hit wonders, and that's why, we're going off Carson Wentz's 2017 performance. We saw him flashes in between, but again, what he was forced to play with throughout these couple years, the injuries that were adding up, I think he's set in 2020 if we get the season that we're supposed to get to really take off and do what we got to do. I like the coaching staff behind Doug Peterson. These are guys I'm not trusting to make the right calls at the right time, but to design plays, be in the head coach's ear, prep throughout the week. This is where I think they're going to be at their best. Guys like Marty Mornaway and Rich Ganganello. Let me ask you this: when you look at this whole offseason, and now we're just going to talk about free agent signings, I want to ask all you guys, who is the biggest impact free agent signing to you? And then give me a why. Go ahead, Murph.
I think everybody should have the same answer. Darius Slay. I mean, we ain't had a corner in forever. It means a lot. Schwartz is comfortable with this guy. Anything to keep Schwartz happy with, I'm mad. I want Schwartz gone. I'm just be honest. I think he just can't adapt with the talent he's got. Some defensive coordinators could go to town with that front four. You could put us four out there in the secondary, and we should be able to do something. Schwartz he wants to be Jimmy Johnson, and he is not.
Be more Philly.
So Darius Slay.
Well, I mean, I guess.
I say Hargrave.
Hargrave?
That
Why?
was a big one.
Because nobody's going to want to say this, but I look at the cat and I look at some of the biggest hits on the cat, and that's Fletcher Cox. And you got Ertz that's going to be coming up, which he's already turned down an extension. So Ertz is going to be wanting big money. So if Hargrave come in and have the year that he possibly could have, and it looked like we can move on from Cox, then that's a possibility.
You don't see a restructuring happen? I think he'll restructure, get that cap hat down, and put the big money on maybe a couple years, the end of his contract.
Cox is playing at his peak.
Huh?
He's playing at his peak right now. So, I mean, he's going to start declining. So sometimes you need to jump off the horse and get a new one.
Sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
So your prediction. So your biggest impact player, like Rome one more, is Hargrave, and not only because of the talent, you see a possible scenario where the money is really tight, especially if the cap goes down. And as much as we all love Fletcher, you think it could be a cap casualty where it's like we got Malik, we got Hargrave. Hassan Ridgeway still balling out. We got guys like Raekwon Williams, so the D tackle spot is loaded, and that will free up a huge chunk of money. That's kind of where you fall. Be more.
Yeah, looking at it from a general manager perspective.
I agree with everything but Fletch.
And not as a fan.
I will not let that happen. But Mr. Steal Your Girl stays in Philadelphia.
You better jump on the train. I'm used to it. This happening.
I have two things. So for me, it'll be probably Jason Peters would be the impact player because we need someone trustworthy to guard.
That could mean a lot. You're right.
But also at the same time, I was watching a YouTube video about what Howie was doing, how he what his play style was, how he was 3 deep on each position on the defense, how and how none of our good players were tired. They were always healthy because we had someone really trustworthy behind our players. That's why I feel like even though we have a huge cap next year, I feel like we can let some of them go and have also amazing players like in second string, third string, even though third string is usually meant as bad. They're good because of Howie, how he got players, stuff like that. I hope I made sense. Because it sounded confusing to me, but I hope I made sense to you guys.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. You're talking about the just getting depth in there, so if worst case scenario comes, we're prepared for it.
Yep.
And the fact that Jason Peters, this is one of my biggest things about Jason Peters. I'm not sure how he's going to play at right guard. I do think he has a big body. He's playing next to Kelsey. He's playing next to Lane Johnson, so that should make the job a little easier. He's a veteran. I think he'll be able to get it done. But you're also looking at what if Matt Pryor wins the battle. So if Matt Pryor wins the battle in camp, then you're knowing that he outperformed Jason Peters. Not saying it's a big deal because we don't know how Jason Peters is playing, but also now you have that cushion for if Matt Pryor goes down, you have Jason Peters. If Andre Diller goes down, you have Jason Peters.
Right.
If Andre Diller can't get the job done, which I'm a firm believer that he can, you have Jason Peters because of the blow that we took from Brandon Brooks. It will be even worse if we have another one or two linemen go down. So we built this line to protect Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz, we all know, has had trouble to stay upright. That's one of his biggest flaws. Besides the fumbling, it's just got to be healthy. Listen, I'm a big believer. He's in my top 5. Carson Wentz is my guy. But until he can stay healthy, he's really not going to accomplish the goal. I do believe he can stay healthy. He just played 16 games. He didn't break his arm. He didn't hurt his back. He didn't tear his hamstring. He didn't pull groin. He got concussed on an illegal play. So that shows me signs that he can stay healthy. Just got to see it. And so it's going to be imperative that we protect them. So that Peters play could come to hand. Listen, he could be on the bench all year, but there's going to be a time where it's going to come into play and it's going to save us.
I agree.
Right.
I honestly think Tobin might win the job because Peter. I mean, you got to think what our guards do on this team between screens and guards pulling. I don't know. Peters is that pull. I know he can run and get in front, but when I see them crazy screens, I see Kelsey and Brooks. I never really seen too many tackles up, downfield. So I worry, can he pull? Is Tobin going to win that job because he can pull as a natural guard?
Right.
Yeah.
I felt that the Peters pickup was insurance, as we spoke on your previous video.
Yeah,
I thought it was just insurance for Diller or Lane. Lane goes down either suspension or injury. He's had a little bug of his own.
Yeah, I agree. Because
who better to get than a guy that knows the whole playbook already at half the price?
Yeah, Peters wanted to sign with the Eagles because he said he wanted to retire as an Eagle, and I'm so happy he wants to retire as an Eagle. Yet I forgot how much he was asking. Yet we got him for cheaper, which is awesome. But I do agree, we got him for insurance, which I like.
Yeah, and so to answer the question I gave you guys, I'm going to go with Hargrave as well. And not because I do not believe Darius Slay is going to make a huge impact. I believe he is. It's been a long time since we had a lockdown corner in Philadelphia. But for those who are coming from Gate City Sports Channel, I agree 100% with him when it comes to this Eagles defense. The motor of this defense is the defensive line, and the interior pass rush is going to bring us home. Listen, the 2017/18 season, Ronald Darby and Jalen Mills looked pretty decent throughout the year. Why did they look so decent? Because it was a dirty pass rush. We had guys like Chris Long and these guys coming in. It was a fresh D-line all the time. We put pressure on the quarterbacks. That makes the cornerback jobs a lot easier. You don't got to cover long. You can jump routes, do a lot of different things. You start getting the pass rush from a healthy Fletcher Cox, who was hurt all last year. His run defense didn't take a hit from being hurt, but his pass rush did. You get a healthy Fletcher Cox next to a healthy young Hargrave with the rotation of Malik and all this stuff. Now you're talking about fresh bodies. You're talking about quarterbacks having half the time to throw. You're talking about guys like Big Play Slay, who knows the ball got to come out early, able to press man and do the things that we need him to do. So, again, even a guy like Darius Slay, Jalen Ramsey, Patrick Peterson, you name the cornerback, if you're letting the quarterback sit in the pocket for 5 seconds, the best of the best will get beat. So we live and die by the D-line, and I think Darius Slay is going to play good, but Hargrave is not going to just ball out for us. He's going to have Fletcher Cox as a defense of the year candidate.
Yeah,
Right.
and we need that pass rush because that's how our defense plays. Jalen Mills is going to be in that same position Malcolm was, where he's in the nickel. He's a linebacker position essentially. You're not getting safety help over top, so that pass rush has to get there and fast. Like you said, you could stick anybody if the pass rush is getting there quick.
Yeah, I agree.
And we did that in 17.
Yeah, especially like with like pass rush or our D-line and our new linebacker we got. If we put pressure on him, I feel like that linebacker, I forgot his name. I think it was Hightower. Would be amazing. I can't wait to see our defense. I was worried about our defense. I've always been, but I can't wait.
All right, so
Anybody who picked Hargrave smokes Reggie.
Not Hightower. You talking
hey, real quick before we get into our next question, this is the question I want to hear so I can see what the people on the screen think about our division foes. But before we do that, make sure if you haven't done yet, do me a favor, click off the live stream, smash that like button, come back in and chat it up with us a little bit more. This ain't gonna be no long 3-hour journey, but we got some more in it. So I'm gonna start with Be More Philly on this one. We already talked about the Eagles being his record was 11-5. He got us winning. What do you see from the Cowboys, the Giants, and the Redskins when it comes to first, second, third, and fourth? You can give a record if you want, or you can just say second, third, and fourth in that order.
I'm kind of torn between the Cowboys and the Giants.
Yeah, me too.
I'm a lot bigger on the Giants than most people are because the Giants were kind of explosive last year. So with a healthy team back and they have Jason Garrett, which Jason Garrett, you can say what you want to say about him, but he had a decent offense in Dallas. He just couldn't do the whole head coaching job. Mm-hmm. And then he had Jerry Jones in his ear. So, I mean, that got to weigh on you a lot. But, I mean, regardless, I'm going to say Dallas in second and New York in third, and Washington won't even be on the map. They're getting ready for the first pick in next year's draft.
So I'm gonna be okay. So I feel like Eagles would be 9-7, Cowboys 8-8, Giants 6-11 or 6-10, and Redskins 1-15. That's probably wrong, but. It's my guess.
All right, so I'm going with the Birds at 11-5. I think the Cowboys will be tight. It'll be 10-6, maybe 11-5 and 1. I mean 10-5-1 for them or something. I think the Giants will do 8-8. I think they're going to take a little step forward. They'll be 8-8, and then the Redskins, I'm thinking 2 wins. And the tie against the Cowboys.
That's horrible. But yeah, they get 2.5 wins.
Yeah, exactly. And the Cowboys will have that, 10-5-1. So we'll be, we'll be all right.
We'll be all right.
We'll be all right.
Yeah, so shout out to Jalen Williams, another channel member. He said, I couldn't say it better, Charles.
Don't be agreeing with Charles. Hey. His head's big enough.
I got it.
You breaking up.
Still feel
buffering.
Hey, be more. We can't really hear you, my guy.
That's that Maryland cable company.
Yeah, I think he was the one trying to get off me when that one day when I was out in the boonies and I was getting bad.
Hey, there you go. You was buffering.
You're still buffering, B more. Takeem Hilton said the Redskins' new name is the DC Bribers.
I said that Gate was reporting that they paid off the refs. Gate said they need a refund. I said it couldn't be any other team but the Redskins to pay off a ref and still be
lose.
that bad. You got Adrian Peterson and you're still that bad.
Yeah, that's my whole argument. If I'm the Redskins, I'm like, yo, how are we been paying off the refs? We not good. Like
we got 10 wins in the last 8 years.
Yeah. I mean,
Philly, Mike, what do you think about the schedule? I don't think we asked you.
I've been a 10-6, 11-5 guy. I do think the Cowboys are going to be competing with us. The Cowboys' expectation to me drop a lot because I got to see how Dak responds because of the fact, it was dirty what the Cowboys did. So that could definitely.
Do you think they compete with Dalton?
Huh?
Do you think they compete with Dalton instead of Dak?
That definitely could be.
I'm just curious. I do. I think they compete no matter if it's Dak or Dalton. Dalton has had primetime receivers. He's had AJ his whole career. You know what I mean? So he can handle that. I think they're set. That's the best backup in the league right now.
Correct. I don't think Andy Dalton is really good. Say it again.
Foles is still a backup.
For now.
Yeah, I think he takes that job.
Yeah.
Oh, you biased.
Look, this is for me.
Look, I lost all love for Nick Foles after all these bandwagon fans that jumped on and said he's better than Wentz and couldn't hold his jockstrap after a game. Like, listen, when Foles competed with Vic, I was the only person like, this guy's good. No one listened.
I was the same way.
He came back, and I'm like, I liked him, but the way the fan base has been so divided over who our quarterback is, the guy's been on 3 teams, or 2 other teams now. People are still talking about him. I got to cut ties with him.
No. And people forget that Carson Wentz got us to that point where we could be in the Super Bowl or be in the playoffs.
Exactly.
So
you're not lying.
Hey, shout out to Art Makepeace. He says, being that I'm glad to finally see the Redskins name drop. How did people think it wasn't racist for so many years? Yeah, I mean, on and off, man, they've been trying hard to get it. And when it came down to it, the main reason why the Washington football team is getting rid of it is because FedEx came and said, we're not going to do it. We're not going to pay you. You need to get
Nike too. They said Nike said they weren't going to make no merch.
Correct. I wanted to get to.
But I mean, it's a color and skin. This is kind of the easiest one. I said that when this all first broke. People love it. It's red and skin. I mean, it's pretty, black and white, if you will.
Shout out to Takeem Hilton, another channel member. He said 11-5 at worst.
Ooh, I like that.
I like that too.
At worst, okay.
Okay, so I have a question. So I have a question. I have before Cam signed with the Patriots, I was talking to you, Mike, about Andy Dalton being the quarterback, but do you think it would have been better for Cam to sign with the Redskins and Andy Dalton going to the Patriots?
No, I like Cam on the Patriots. He's going to ball out. Patriots are going to win double-digit games, win the AFC East, possibly have a better record in Tampa. You heard it here first. But shout out to my guy, Real Talk Live. He says, salute, fam. I just so happened to click on his icon. I think he's new to my channel-ish. Didn't say nothing. He just commented on a Eagles video saying, blah, 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 blah. He commented on my Sixers video and said about the Sixers, and he said, good video. For some reason, I decided to click on his icon, and I found out that he, is doing a YouTube channel too. Brand new, only a handful of subscribers. He has a couple boxing videos on there. He got some Eagles talk. It's different though. He goes in depth. He doesn't just do little videos. He has some 15-minute Johns, some 18-minute Johns. Shout out to my guy, Real Talk Live. I'm gonna get with him a little bit, and so if you haven't, I think he has the main video on his channel that is long because he did say something about the Jason Peters move, but he has a video about their running backs. So go check him out. Real Talk Live, handful of subscribers. Check him out if you like. Hit that button. You know what I'm saying? Something light.
Yeah. If you guys want to subscribe to me, I'm Hannibal the G. Yep.
Shameless plug.
Yep. I'm not ashamed to say yep.
Hey, bro, go for it. That's how you go. It's business.
Your turn, Murph.
Yeah, your turn. What's your YouTube channel?
Shout out to Philly Mike for always showing love to everybody.
Yeah.
Murph DeKenzo, I don't talk Eagles, but I talk stupid shit. And I do talk Philly. Murph DeKenzo, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter.
So if anybody knows, because I'm not sure, but Takeem Hilton said, did Matt Castle retire and did Alex Smith retire? I know Alex Smith is still going through that leg problem, but I don't think any of them retired.
I think Smith, it was like a medical retirement type thing. There was a documentary that came out, and there's no way he could barely walk, let alone play football ever again.
That's surprising. I thought he was sucked for like 5 years, and then all of a sudden became like a superstar. I'm like, wow, this guy was good.
Well, the Chiefs were building that team that just won a Super Bowl. They were starting to build that, so there was talent around them.
Right.
Some.
AOB more, yo. My guy, what's wrong with your internet, my guy?
Really?
Yo, how does Murph, how does he play on my park?
It don't mine buffers more than his does.
That's the crazy part.
Honestly, I never heard him say his buffered or anything. I wonder if it's because he's on the computer, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, I have a question. What's the record for the Patriots? What's the record for the Buccaneers?
I'm gonna say the Patriots get 11 wins and the Buccaneers get 10 wins.
Yeah, I agree with that. Amen.
I don't know. I'd have to see the schedule to be 100% sure. I think the Patriots could still win that division if that team's pretty much the same minus Brady. Cam's definitely, he won MVP a few years ago. He's no slouch.
Yeah.
I feel like one of the reasons why Bill Belichick went for Cam Newton was because he's mobile. He never had a mobile quarterback in his career. I feel like he's so excited to try out new things with a mobile quarterback. I mean, did you see the mic up of Bill Belichick? He was like stone faced and like, yeah, like he looked bored. I'm like, so I feel like
that's Belichick. He never shows any emotion.
but yeah, I mean, I feel like he's gonna do gangbusters. Oh, he left with Cam Newton.
What do you think Miami does this year, Mike?
I think if Miami starts playing, I think Ryan Fitzpatrick's a journeyman. He can't do it the whole season, but he can do it for a small sample size. I think if they get Tua in there at the right time, they could make some noise. But I do believe, again, New England's defense, they lost a couple players, but they added my guy from Lauren Ryan, small school, Kyle Duggar, a guy who can mix it around, play some linebacker, play some safety, just move around. I think Bill Belichick's going to use him good. I just think the Patriots are taking it. But let me get to a couple of these questions real quick. So Brokey 711, let's see if y'all agree. So he said Saquon over Zeke. Is there any arguments? I'm going to start by saying I agree. I would take Saquon over Zeke. What about you, Murph?
Nah, Zeke. Saquon needs. I need at least another year or two before I could say that.
Yeah,
Zeke's been in the top 5 since he's been in the league. You can't just take that away because the guy had 2 good years, 1.5.
No, yeah, you're right. But I would take Saquon. Saquon's up there. Yeah.
I mean, people were saying Todd Gurley was better. He don't even know where he's playing half the time. So I mean, Zeke has been consistent. You have to take that into consideration.
Yeah.
Right, I agree. Zeke is way better than
he's top 2 rushing leader every year. He's either 1 or 2.
Yeah, but you also got
don't miss games.
Huh?
He doesn't miss games.
True.
Saquon missed
Yeah.
games because he's nicked up and banged up, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got Zeke too?
I still say Zeke is one of the top 3 backs in the league.
Oh yeah, don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
Before you get to Saquon. Before you
So
get
you're
to
saying-
Saquon.
So you're saying Saquon's not even top 3?
No.
Who's 1 through 3 then?
We had this argument, Murph.
I don't
Christian
remember.
McCaffrey is the best running
Oh my
back
God!
in the NFL.
Are we talking about running backs
Christian
or
McCaffrey is the best running back in
Darren
the league.
Sproles like players?
Boston Scott's were better.
I don't know.
So let's get to a couple of these real quick. And I
That
got
Reggie kicking it.
It's Reggie.
So Carapul said it's raining down here. Charles, is it bad there?
No, it's not raining here.
It's cloudy up here, but it ain't raining. In
Taki
central
said
Pennsylvania.
10 wins for the Patriots, 9 for the Bucks. Gene Powell said that's too much. He said the Bills are taking the division. What I was gonna say.
Bills. That's a good pick. That's a solid Bills team.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a question. Who do you think is going to tank for Josh Burrows?
Who?
Josh Burrows, the Clemson quarterback?
You mean Trevor Lawrence?
Oh, I thought his name was Josh Burrows. But yeah, whoever's the
Burrows.
Joe Burrows just
Joe
went
Burrows
to the Bengals.
Joe Burrows, sorry.
He went to the Bengals.
Yeah, he went to the Bengals.
Oh, he got drafted. I didn't think he was. I thought he was drafted next year.
Real
My
quick,
bad.
Sean Stepp. After run CMC, who's your next 2 running backs on your thing?
Henry and Zeke.
Listen, I like Zeke. I like Henry. But listen, again, you're talking about. We got to put context into it too. Could you imagine what Barkley again? The NFL is the most team-oriented game ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Saquon's been running behind a horrible line, still being able to put up numbers with a horrible line, a horrible team. Zeke,
It's a fair point.
he got receivers around him. He got
the best line in football. You right. And Henry, I feel like is kind of like Saquon. I need a little more of a sampling size. He had 1 year where people were like, "Oh, hold up," and now you crowning him in your top 3. Christian McCaffrey was on his couch come December, so I don't know how that helped.
Correct. Let me just say this. I got a question for you guys then too. When I look at the eye test, listen, don't get me wrong. Ezekiel Elliott is in my top 3, top 4. He's right there. And just this off year he kind of had, that don't bother me. But the eye test, I mean, Saquon is a monster. But again,
hold on.
Let me ask
you a question. What did Saquon rush for last season?
I think he was under 1,000.
He only played like 6 games.
He was under 1,000. He was under 1,000. Zeke rushed for over 1,000 yards with a back that threw for over 4,000 yards.
Yeah. And that's why their offense was one of the best offenses in the game.
Now, I take Mike's point into consideration because Zeke is behind, like, arguably the top 2 offensive
Did I get that out or still buffering?
Eagles or Cowboys.
It's better.
Yeah, you're good. Eagles or Cowboys are always up for best line, so Zeke is behind a top 2 line. Saquon's probably not even top 10, and he was injured. I mean, don't get it twisted. I put Saquon as my 2. I'm not saying, he's a button. Like, to me, it's Zeke, Saquon, and then I'd probably think about it. I'd probably go McCaffrey myself as the 3. And then I got to put Miles up there. Booby Sanders got to start hitting my 5. That's just biased favoritism.
Yes. So hold up. So real quick, I'm going to get to some of these comments. Broken said something about Saquon, but he says, so his second is Saquon, Henry, and look for Kamara to come back this season. Gene Paro said Saquon is nice, but he still needs a year or 2, just like Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
I'm too early. This is what Brokey said, and I'm going to get into this. Saquon ran for 1,300 yards behind a garbage Giants O-line, and Zeke keeps getting chubbier. And
In a belly shirt.
yeah, but listen, hey, be more. Barkley ran for 1,003 yards, so he was 3 yards over 1,000 last year. So he missed games, still got over 1,000, and when he did play, the Giants O-line was trash. And his rookie season, he rushed for 1,300, also with a trash O-line. And again, Zeke is that guy who just keeps eating, but Barkley's the guy who can score a touchdown anytime you give him the ball. It's just, and he can run people over. He just got a lot to his game. But again,
I mean, of course, I like Saquon. He's a Penn State guy, you know.
Jesus Christ! You said Saquon rushed for just over 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
How many games did he play, Mike? Does it say that?
Thanks to our defense letting them get that breakout running that game.
I think he only played like 6, if I'm not mistaken.
Nah, he played more than 6.
I mean, he was out for 6.
Had
I meant he was out for 6. I'm sorry.
He had like a 50-yard run in the game against us.
Yeah, he did. That was it. We were shutting him down, and then he got like a 56-yard run. You're right, B-Bar. But he missed 3 games.
Oh, okay. Damn. I thought
But
it was
still,
6.
you're talking about the Giants were. Listen, you're talking about a team that was pick number. What were they? Pick 4?
Top 5.
I mean, they had to bring Eli back out, so that tells you how bad of a season they had.
But he's the top guy on the team, so he's going to get the bulk of the touches. He's going to be the most productive player on offense.
But he's also
Zeke is playing behind. Zeke is playing in the number 1 offense in the league behind a quarterback who threw for over 4,000 yards. So to still have over 1,000 yards rushing. Say that again.
I said, but he's on a run-heavy team. They're run first. So, I mean, you're saying both.
Dallas wasn't a run first team last season.
Maybe not last season, but by design, they've been a run-first team.
Hey,
don't worry. Mike playing
the
role of Gate City right now.
Yeah. Oh, snap.
Okay, I have a question.
Go
What
ahead.
is your non-biased opinion on Eli Manning? Do you think he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame?
Oh, definitely.
Not first ballot. Not first ballot. Maybe second year. T.O. had to win.
Oh, he's going first ballot just on the name alone.
His last name's Manning. Yep.
Yes.
All right.
You got to remember, he cried his way right out of San Diego. He's crying his way right into Canton.
Gosh. I wish
He got 2 Super Bowl rings for that.
Yeah.
Elijah.
And if Philip Rivers didn't get even 1, I feel so bad for Philip Rivers.
Where did Philip Rivers go? Didn't he go to Colts?
He went to the Colts.
Yeah.
I thought he went to
Watch out for them.
Oh no.
They should still be built for success. They built that team up for Luck, and he quit, so they should still have some of them parts.
Luck is more mobile than Philip Rivers.
Hey.
Oh, agreed.
I knew when you said this question, Jalen Williams was going to say something because we had it up there too. Jalen Williams is a firm believer that Eli Manning that shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. Let me say my piece on this. This is
ever. You don't think he should ever be in the Hall of Fame? Like,
he thinks he's not a Hall of Fame guy.
I mean, he beat the undefeated Patriots.
He's going to hit a couple years there where there's not too many great names coming out. They're going to definitely take him. I mean, if he don't make it first year, even T.O. made it, and they did everything they could to stop him. I mean,
I voted for T.O. for a Hall of Fame ballot. I think he deserved it.
He got robbed, though. He should have been a first-year ballot. As soon as his name came up, he should have been in there. T.O. changed the game at one point. He was the top receiver in the game. Like, that's, it was because the press votes you in, so you got to kind of kiss their ass your whole career. Just, like Charles said, Eli's going to get in off a last name because that name's been in NFL since the 70s.
Oh, because of Archie Manning, yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
Let me say this real quick. First off, Jack,
Hildner,
yeah,
I think.
nah, we're gonna go with that. Appreciate you for coming through. He said,
I
"Yo,
want an Eagles mouse.
my phone just died. When my phone turns on before this end of the stream, I will get you with a wrench." But listen, shout out to my guy.
Are you ready for the responsibilities of a wrench?
Are you
Do
ready?
not
Yeah,
take
like,
it lightly.
don't block me, jeez.
We roast the shit out of each other, so we're ready for everybody else. Mike's a midget.
Yeah.
You know who I voted for first ballot? Brian Dawkins. I
That
love that
family.
man. Oh my gosh.
I think Brian Dawkins will get in first ballot.
He's already in.
He's
Brian
good.
Dawkins already in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he's already in.
Oh, listen to me. You got
Yeah.
me in your craziness now.
Smoking that Reggie.
Yeah, it's right around an hour. That's when people start getting funny. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah, Manning has 2 rings, so yeah, I think he does.
Real quick,
Not to mention, Eli is the only other person to beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yo, listen. Let me say this. Shout out to my guy Jalen Williams for being a channel member. So I want to hit him with this. And look, for the longest time, I was on the edge. I was 50-50 when it came to Eli Manning being a Hall of Famer because what he did in the regular season. In the regular season, he was a regular quarterback. Put it that way. He was maybe 15. He was always the middle of the pack kind of guy. It shows by his record. He's 1 game under 500 because the Eagles beat him his last game in the rain. So he's under 500. He had a chance that he was at 500 coming into that game. He could have been 1 game over or 1 game under, and that is the definition of an average quarterback. Now, on the reasons why I believe there's no stopping him from getting in, my bad, it's because only a handful of quarterbacks won multiple Super Bowls. Like, you look at greats like Aaron Rodgers. You're looking at greats like Drew Brees. So many greats only won 1 Super Bowl. And now you got him who won multiple Super Bowls, and he's multiple-time MVP. Both his Super Bowls came against the GOAT. One of them Super Bowls came against not only the GOAT, but could have been the GOAT team. So he took down the GOAT twice. He took down the GOAT team. He won 2 Super Bowls and 2 MVPs. That right there is hard to get him out. But I used to go back and forth with it. I am now on the side that I do believe he will get in.
Why LeBron
So you
don't
think
get
Ben
that credit?
Roethlisberger?
Yeah,
Huh?
Go ahead, Chuck.
Sorry.
I said, why LeBron don't get that credit? He
That's
took down the
basketball.
GOAT team.
Hey,
Here we go. Here we go.
See, I used to hate like every single team in our division, like hate them with a passion. But that game or the Patriots against the Giants, I remember me and my friend were the only 2 people in my science class that voted against the Patriots because my teacher was a Patriots fan. She was like, if you guess right, I'll give you whatever percentage on your next test. Me and my friend were the only 2 people to win this bet. And ever since that bet, I've been like, I don't hate our division that much, except for the Cowboys, But other than that, I don't mind. But that game was amazing. Ever since that game, I had respect for Eli Manning.
Real
so
quick.
Mike, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
So Ryan Stafford said, "Can you give my wife Tamara Stafford a shout out, please? She loved you guys. We are diehard Eagle fans. Ryan and Tamara Stafford. Shout out to you guys for watching. Like I said, this is something different.
Peace.
What up, Tamara?
Normally we on either I'm
Hey,
on
Tamara.
by myself or we are here with the Battle Birds podcast. But these are some channel members who rock out with the Philly Talk podcast, and we do a thing where at least twice a month." We do a Philly Talk podcast stream. Now, there's a multitude of people who are Philly Talk Nation members. Some of them had to cancel today for personal reasons, work, and all that stuff. Last time we had 7 people. We can only max out at 8 people, including me, so 7 people. But whenever we get more than that, we're going to fit people's schedule who it is, and it also depends how you perform. I got to get kickback from the people, but I appreciate Murphy Kenzo, Be More Philly, and Hannibal the G coming on with me. Like I said, we got other guys like Stephen Joyce, Lawrence James, Gene Pio, Alex the Ghost, and a couple more other ones. Philly Fresh is a Philly Talk Nation member, so we're going to get multiple people on here. But I did have a question that pulled up. So shout out to you, Ryan and Tamara Stafford, for being diehard.
Shout out Tamara.
Enjoy your night.
Hey, Ryan.
Philly fan said, "Can I get a wrench? My phone is dead. I got you with a wrench as soon as my phone charges." Real Talk Live says Brian Dawkins is a legend. And here's one that's good. I want y'all to just take a crack at it. Of course, I love what he did for the team, but there's no way.
No.
I think he jumps.
He already in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Nick Foles in the Hall of Fame twice.
He's in the Philadelphia Hall of Fame.
Not as the Hall of Fame player.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll take it. I'm sure he'll take it.
But look,
he's still gonna show his kids that plaque. Like, look, I had 27 touchdowns.
Yeah.
No, he in there for the 7 touchdowns in the game against the Raiders.
Oh yeah.
Him and Peyton
So
Manning.
let me ask you guys
in the Hall of Fame for breaking one record.
No, they got that. I think they put the jersey. Yeah, in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, the cleats in the jersey. It's him, Peyton Manning, and somebody else with 7 touchdowns.
That doesn't mean he is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, you're not a Hall of Fame player.
This guy trying.
Let me ask you guys this though: if you feel that way about Eli Manning, how about Ben Roethlisberger?
Oh,
where do you feel
he's a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer for sure.
I mean, he's got kind of almost the same credentials as Eli. I mean, just the team he went against obviously would be.
He got the stats.
Yeah, he got the stats to back it up. Exactly.
Wasn't he the first rookie to win the Super Bowl? Like, isn't that?
I don't know if he was the first. I think he might have been like the second. I could be wrong. You might be right, but I think that's what I heard. He was the second rookie quarterback to win a Super Bowl.
Ayo, Takeem Hilton 2.0 said Dak is going to have a Dante Culpepper career.
Ooh.
Shout out to Jalen.
Madden 04. Shout out to Madden 04.
Yeah, right. Channel member Jalen Williams says Eli may get in, but he shouldn't. Him playing well in 2 Super Bowls does not make you a best of the best quarterbacks. That defense carried him a lot of the way. If he didn't have that last name and him playing in New York, I agree with a lot of your points, and I'm not going to sit there and say that the defense didn't carry him through the playoffs to get him to the Super Bowl. I agree. Just the accolade that we're talking about, 2-time Super Bowl, 2-time MVP, and who he beat, I think it's hard to, but again, if we're going back to that draft, we're going back to that era. I'm not taking Eli Manning over a multitude of people. Like I said, I'm going to name you 20 people. We're talking about that era, so we're talking about multiple years. I'm going to name 20, 25 quarterbacks I'll take over him, but I definitely hear where you're coming from.
But to your point, looking at that era, compare his numbers to the other quarterbacks of that era. They're looking at one Super Bowl, 2 losses, things like that. So if you compare his number to the other quarterbacks of his generation, not many are holding 2 rings, 2 Super Bowl MVPs. So that should get him a little push just on that credit alone.
Yeah.
Right. So Big Ben became the youngest quarterback in NFL history to win a Super Bowl.
You were right.
So
nice. Good work.
In 06, he won the Super Bowl. So he was drafted in 04. So I don't know if he's a rookie then, but so he was the youngest at least.
All right. Yeah, he's definitely a Hall of Famer to me. Shout out to my guy, Lethal Talon. Haven't seen him in a while. He said Dak is going to be the backup for the Browns. LOL.
I think they could be sticking with Mayfield.
I know where Dak's going. LA now, Chargers. That's what happened in Madden, and they won a Super Bowl.
But we got about a couple more minutes, and then we gonna head out. Like I said, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I appreciate these guys for being Philly Talk Nation members. The next time we do this, we'll try to really plan ahead so I can have a full screen and we can do some, because of the cancellations, I was really unprepared for today. My questions are normally better for the people on the screen, but even though this was a free for all, really, I think we did pretty well.
So do I.
I still appreciate you doing it, Mike. You one of the real ones. You know that. I expressed this to you before. That's why we support you, bro.
Yeah,
You always keeping it real.
Thank you for having me on.
Appreciate,
You're always cool
appreciate
to talk to, I always tell you, watch this, be like, no, in a bit.
it.
So
Monica Lane said, "Hey, my brownies don't want Dak."
they want Mayfield. They already said with Mayfield, so no. Mods?
Two of the mods is on the screen.
Yeah.
We can't see the chat.
Philly Mike is the only mod you need.
But yeah, like I said, so appreciate everybody for tuning in. Like I said, there were some Philly Talk Nation members in the chat who said they couldn't get on screen for personal and or work reasons. So like I said, we're gonna mix and match. Sometimes we might just do it where I just hit one of the Philly Talk Nation up and it's just me and another person. Now there's more people, but we're gonna be doing some solo Philly Talk Nation streams. We're going to be doing some big ones. Today was supposed to be like a 7-piece, but stuff happens. And I understand that, I am the one doing the YouTube, so I schedule my life and I schedule these videos when I'm ready. And so all I can try to do is make sure the time is accessible for everybody else who's in Philly Talk Nation. But with that being said, at the end of the day, you already know how to say it. You got any closing thoughts? Eagles or just peace out to the chat?
I think I'll just do a peace out. Again, I want to thank Mike for everything. Mike shows a lot of love, and sometimes I feel like he don't give it back. So I want to see that people don't get that love back to Mike. But Murph the Kenzo for horrible comedy on YouTube. I make stupid jokes on Facebook, Twitter, and Charles Smokes Reggie. Mike's a midget. You already know.
Hannibal, you want to sign off?
So if you want to follow me, my channel name is Hannibal with the G. I do videos for people who have cancer, and I'm not going to talk about it now because it's all about Philly Mike. And Philly Mike, I love your channel. I'm always going to be a member. And yeah.
Hey, shout out to Camo Will for saying my thing. Real quick, I want to ask this question. He talked about this too. Real Talk Live said, "What do you guys think about Randall Cunningham being the chaplain for the Raiders?"
Oh, fuck him. Joking.
Did he even play for the Raiders?
No.
No, but somebody got to help Aguilar out.
Oh. They need all the prayers they could get. Oh, well, that's what it is. Okay, I think he went to UNLV, Las Vegas, Vegas Raiders. Yeah. Okay, that makes a little more sense. I was gonna say maybe Minnesota or Philly, but.
Hey, Brokey 711. I did a Sixers video earlier, and I didn't say that word one time, and I didn't say it on this stream. I only did it because 2 reasons. These guys, I can't never point. And guess what? We at the end of the day, we made it. So know what time it is. Go ahead.
You know what time it is.
Be more Philly. Go ahead. You want to sign off?
Well, first of all, I want to apologize for my cheap internet service today.
You better be sorry. Joking.
Hey, I haven't been able to afford the premium service because my money goes into Super Chat. So
yeah, we appreciate you.
At the end of the day, I got to go get me a cardboard sign and say we'll work for internet service. But thank y'all for coming out tonight. Oh, that's only right. So at the end of the day, peace. We out.
You already know. So with everybody signing off, like I said, twice a month we're gonna do these. They're gonna be different people. You'll see some familiar faces. You'll see some different faces, and I still will be going live my normals by myself. With that being said, until next time, you guys know what time it is. But before I tell you what time it is, I gotta say it one more time for all you haters. At the end of the day, we out.